Good afternoon, everyone. 6:02 PM, and I'm going to call the executive committee, special meeting of the executive committee to order February 11th, 2025. Anyone have any adjustments to the agenda? I'm not aware of any. Any public comment? I don't see anyone from the public. So we'll move on to the first issue, which is the contract agreement authorization. We're gonna need a motion to authorize the executive director to sign a contract with Gravel Construction. Brian, I believe this is your,
It is, yeah, thanks, Jerry. Can you guys hear me?
yeah, you outside? Oh, you just don't have any heat in your house.
No, neither. I'm just comfortable, but thanks for asking. Yeah, so this contract is for construction work at the East Calais Post Office and along Moscow Woods Road on the gully. We do have one slight issue with the contract, and I can't tell if Christian is there or not.
He has double booked himself for the 6 o'clock slot, so he is not in the room right now.
Okay. So when I was preparing the contract, ran into an issue where the bid did not ask for a payment bond and a performance bond per our procurement procedures. So I have asked the construction firm to prepare that information for me. So the dollar amount is not necessarily the ultimate dollar amount because the cost of the two bonds will just be passed on to the project. And so it'll be folded into that contract price. So given that, I'm not sure that it makes sense to vote on the contract right now. I wouldn't mind hearing your thoughts on that, and I only say that because the dollar amount would change. And in the absence of approving the contract, would request that you consider authorizing Christian to sign an advance notice to proceed, so that once the bond information is presented to us, the construction company can order the materials. I think I mentioned this before, but there's a couple of specialized pieces that are required for this project, and so he wants to make sure he can get as much advance notice as possible.
Brian, is this because they have not obtained the bond yet and they don't know the cost?
It's because I did not include the requirement for the bonds in the bid documents. And so as I was preparing the contract, realized that that was the case. The guy that runs the construction company was on vacation last week, so I was not able to reach him last week to talk about it. And I just got a hold of him today. So he does not have a cost for me yet.
Okay, Lee?
Yes, how will that be funded? Are we limited to the funding amount that's here, or can it be increased?
No, so we got a grant from the Department of Environmental Conservation for about $450,000. And the construction budget in that grant agreement is for $306,000. The bid amount, the low bidder, Gravel Construction, was 273 or something like that. So it is not anticipated that the two bonds would require more than $30,000. It should be closer to around $10,000. But that money, or the money to pay for the bonds, would come out of the award from DEC.
I have a suggestion. We award the contract in anticipation of a change order to include the cost of the bonds. Not,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
if we're allowed that way, they can start ordering their materials but with the proviso that they won't be reimbursed until, for anything until they get the bonds. We have to sign change order.
Okay,
Michael?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just like any other change order in a project, just included, we'll expect a change order for the bonds.
Mm-hmm.
And that way we can start everything, but they won't get which would give them an advance notice to proceed when they sign the contract. But we won't give them a notice to proceed until we have a signed change order, which would include the bond costs. Because I don't want to get started on paying for them something and then they fall.
yep,
Okay, so I mean, that's a note to you. Don't authorize anything other than we'll give them an advance notice to proceed so they can start initiating.
okay.
Oh.
I think
Lee?
Lee is trying to say something, but Lee, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Just
Yeah.
barely.
Yeah. My microphone, I got real close to it. For some
That's better.
reason, it doesn't pick up good. Mike, my only concern is that if we tell them to go ahead and for some reason it comes out to be more than what you said was 306 and this is 273, so we're talking about 27 and about $33,000. Would we be on the hook for that? And maybe if we just say go ahead with this with a not to exceed number of $306,000, if that's what it is.
Yeah, so Lee, that big budget, that 450,000 budget that we got from DEC includes 70,000 as a contingency. And so if either the construction costs or the engineering costs come in over what was originally budgeted in the award agreement, we can take money out of the contingency from DEC, take money out of that contingency and apply it to either the construction or the engineering.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, usually the bond cost comes out of a contingency fund. But how much is the engineering? I assume we've already paid for that.
Well, we're currently paying for that. They've done most of the
Yeah.
work, and so they'll have construction oversight responsibilities and then some final reporting. Total engineering cost is $50,000. We've probably paid 30,000 of it. I don't know that exactly off the top of my head.
Okay, can we get a motion to allow to authorize the executive director to sign the contract with a proviso that a change order will be forthcoming and include the cost of the bonds.
So I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Michael. 3 seconds. We have a motion on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Lee? Paula, if you can. And I'll,
Sure, but I don't really know what we're talking about, but that's okay.
don't say it, that this is being recorded.
I'm sorry.
So. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, Brian, appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks,
Just make sure we get the bond before we give them a full notice. So you give me
Will do.
okay.
Yep. And thanks all for holding a special meeting on this. Appreciate it.
Next item on the agenda is the updates to the Title 6 policy. We're gonna need we're gonna need to request the committee to approve the Title 6 new title, new update to the Title VI policy. Ruben, you're up.
Title VI, yeah, Title VI plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we received. Well, yeah, little background. So the last, adopted Title VI plan for the commission was from 2015. There was the beginnings of an update in 2020 that never was adopted, that I found digging through files. But we had gotten some feedback from V-Trans regarding visibility on the website, clarity of contact information, data profile update regarding the Title VI plan, as well as our language access and ADA. So this was a set of modifications made in response to that feedback, to update the data profiles with current data, and clean up and clarify the plan, and make sure that the proper names were in the proper places in terms of contacts and responsibilities. So
This is
nothing,
a Civil Rights Act.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And this is federal wording.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's no, no real major changes at the policy level in there.
It's just wording that need to be clarified.
Yeah.
Is this going to change with eliminating DE and I?
I mean, it awaits to be seen whether it qualifies as woke DEI, Green New Deal, so. I can't offer a legal opinion on that.
All right, so we'll need a commitment from the committee to approve the updates to the Title VI policy. Is that the wording?
I think it's called a Title VI plan.
Title VI plan.
Yeah. Oh, Title VI plan, okay. I need the committee, we need a motion for the committee to approve an update to the plan. Go ahead, Lee.
There's one thing on the complaint procedures on page 29, I guess, or 26, depending on top or the bottom there.
Glad somebody read it.
There's some inconsistencies, I think, with what's being crossed out and what's being added in. And I know what you're trying to do with it, but just before it's finalized, I think you need to check on that. And what I'm talking about is it looks like you have this TBA written down there, and some places it's crossed out, some places it isn't. And some places the cvregion.com is underlined, some places it isn't. And just when you finalize it, just be careful that you don't lose something with it.
Okay.
So, do we need to do this today, Ruben?
I don't know if we need to do this today. You should have also gotten a copy of, so you have the change.
Christian did not put the final one in.
Oh, you didn't put the final one. Okay, so you just have the change log.
But we can give it a full proof before we put it into that final form, make sure that.
Yeah,
So how should we do this?
well, you weren't provided the final version.
Oh, okay.
In your packet, you were only provided the change log version. So
You could do it
without-
as outlined,
Yeah,
the updates as outlined.
without having the final version directly in front of me, I can't 100% tell you that that's already done, but I'm 99.9% sure that is already done.
Yeah.
So I think, I think that you could move that the adjustments to content, I don't know.
I think,
Michael has a quick-
go ahead, Michael.
It's more for my own information in the minority population chart. I'm just wondering what is two or more?
That is people who claim to be members of two or more of those singular categories.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
How would you feel? if oh, go ahead, Lee.
I'll make the motion that we adopt the titles, whatever it is, Title Six plan and contingent on final spell check on it, but the rest is okay.
No, we need to approve it, I think is what the request, what the action is.
Well, then an approval.
Well, actually, it was adopted on July 6, 2015, so he's actually accurate that it should be adopted.
Adopted? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Pending spell check and
Fine.
Pending final formatting, confirmation
Okay.
of final formatting.
how about, is that okay, Lee?
Sure.
Pending final formatting?
Yep.
I'll second that.
All those in favor of the motion on the floor to approve or to adopt the updates to the Title VI plan? Indicate by saying aye.
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 Paula, if you can,
Extension.
okay. All right,
She's abstaining,
yeah, so we got,
then you don't, it doesn't pass.
well, we got three we
You
need
get 4.
we need
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, we're at minimum quorum, I think.
Yes, you are.
Mm.
So
Mm. I tried to follow. I tried to understand what was happening there. I'm trying to find the document. So I have to look at this document. I didn't do that ahead of time. I'm sorry.
It's just updates to make the language, update the language from 2018. The last update.
The language on,
Correct, Ruben?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just,
Title VI plan.
it's already been adopted before, or it was approved by the committee. You know, in 2015, there was some changes made in 2018, and now we're re-adopting.
I think the only substantive change is the data. You updated the data from
It's
2010 to
it's from
2020.
2010, it was 2010 census data and 2013 ACS 5-year, and this
Instead of
is.
2005.
Yeah, this is, well,
2020,
and so this is now 2020 census and 2023 ACS 5-year. That
Okay.
data file update was that was the main update. There were some bits of language that that V-Trans wanted clarified, and they wanted, and updating the contact information, and responsible parties information.
And Paula,
Okay.
just to let you know too, that the form and most, this plan is built off of a form that was provided to all of regional planning commissions in 2015. So it's not like we created our own Title VI plan. We used what was provided by the government, and now they're just asking for. some
This is
clarification updates.
federal and state.
Yeah, I just got thrown off. I was listening to what Ruben was saying, and then I was like, wait, what? And started to look for that, and then I lost the rest of it. Like, I went down that rabbit hole. So I'm gonna trust you all, and I'll say aye.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. The question has been called and the vote is 4-0 to adopt. Adopt the changes. Motion passes. Okay, Lee, you want to make a motion? I assume reading your lips is a motion to adjourn.
Yes, motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
And we'll need to get off and get on to the separate Zoom link for the board meeting.
You need a second?
Whoops, I'm
Paul, a
Second.
second?
Second it. Yeah.
All those in favor of adjourning? Signify by saying aye.
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 The motion passes 4-0. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
And
Yes,
Jerry,
go ahead.
if you have a minute to talk on the phone or something, we could talk now, but if you have to, oh, you have to prep for the meeting, forget it.